Hello everyone, and welcome to another Pyro Gaming video. In this video, we're going to be talking about some easy ways that you can get your hands on some sweet legendary gear, be it Engrams or fully decrypted items right as you pick them up, here in 2017, post-Rise of Iron, yada yada yada. So let's go ahead and get started as to why this is important. So even though legendaries only drop up to 385 currently in the game, if you are a higher light level than 385, you still need to get as many legendary weapons and armor pieces that you possibly can, man, so that you can get those god rolls. You know, like this Hawksaw right here that I got. I've had this for a while, and this actually did come from a legendary primary Engram. It came with Hammer Forged, Full Auto, and Hand-Laid stock. Now, if you wanted, say, this exact Hawksaw, the only way that you can get it in the game right now is by turning legendary Engrams into the Cryptarch. That is it. That is the only way to get it. You cannot get this in faction packages anymore. You cannot get this in any of that stuff. It has to come from a legendary Engram. We'll take a look at my Palindrome here. Again, came from a primary legendary Engram with Luck in the Chamber, Reinforced Barrel, Partial Refund, and True Sight IS. This is a pretty damn near God roll Palindrome. It is so much fun to use, and again, it came from a legendary Engram. So even if you are higher than light level 385 and you can't make benefit from the light levels that legendaries drop at, you can still make benefit from the stats that those weapons drop with, the rolls that the gear drops from. It is so important, guys, if you want to have fun in Destiny, to get your hands on as many legendaries as you can. So how do you get them? What are the best ways? Well, we'll start with the most obvious one, and that's the Cryptarch. You can actually just buy them directly from him. I'll go ahead and buy one of these special weapons. Oh, I got an Event Horizon. Oh shit, and it's Arc. I need one of these. Unflinching, explosive rounds, casket mag, spray and play, grenadier. Not great, but I do need an Arc Event Horizon. So yeah, I'm hanging on to that. So case in point, guys, I'm above 385 light, but I just got something that I need from a legendary Engram. So this further illustrates my point of how important it is to get as many legendaries as you can, man. And if you do it right, it's not even like you're farming them. You know, if you just kind of play the game a certain way and know where to get these things, then it's so much easier to get them. You don't even realize that you're getting them. So, for example, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about some of the ways that you can get them. And I'm going to start with Challenge of Elders and Prison of Elders. These things, for some reason, have really high drop rates for legendary Engrams, both from boss kills and aftermatch rewards. Depending on the modifiers, like this week, it is Small Arms for, well, at the time I'm recording this, it is Small Arms is the modifier here. You can literally go in and farm these 3 bosses and finish each round in maybe 5 minutes by yourself. 6 minutes if you're not a good player. So, you know, things like that. You can go in and just really take advantage of some easy modifiers in the Prison of Elders or Challenge of Elders that week, and you can come out of there with quite a few legendary Engrams as aftermatch rewards. Same could be said for the Prison of Elders. These don't have modifiers, and these do take a little bit of time because there are objectives. So honestly, if you were going to farm one of these, I would say go for the Challenge of Elders over the Prison. But if you're not able to solo the Challenge of Elders, then Prison of Elders works just as good. It just takes a little bit more time. Another really easy way that you can get some legendaries, patrol, man. Patrol the Dreadnought. Go to the Dreadnought, run around, collect your Wormsinger runes and your Cabal deployment codes and stuff like that. This is what they look like for those of you who might not have ever seen one. This is the Wormsinger rune, and this is the... Ah, here we go. This is the Skyburner's Command Beacon. Presenting either one of these pretty much guarantees you a legendary item upon completion. I say that very loosely because there are going to be times where you're not going to get a legendary Engram from it, but I would say probably 90% of the time you can. Some other easy ways to get some legendary Engrams on the Dreadnought would be to go and open up the Blind Thrall chest that I can never remember and the name of, and the Relic chest. That are both in the Dreadnought. If you'd like to see really easy ways to do that, they're on a weekly reset. I will link my video that I made a few months back in the top right corner of your screen right now. Click that card, go watch that video, and that will be a really easy way to show you how to get both of those chests each week and have a chance of getting, I think, 6 Engrams. 6 legendaries a week, just like for 5 minutes of your time. It's super easy. So moving on, the next way to do it is do your patrol quest, man. Every single week, you get the Corrupted Lands quest from Shiro in the Iron Temple, and upon completing this quest, you are given 1,000 rep here, 500 rep here, I think 10 legendary marks, and you're guaranteed 2 legendary engrams for each time you complete this. If you do this on all 3 characters each week, that is 6 free legendary engrams just ready to go, man. Just ready to go right there waiting for you. Another thing that you can do, another really easy guaranteed way, is every single day you can go to the Earth, you can go to Moon, you can go to Venus, you can go to Mars, and go do a public event, man. Just your first public event each day per character, you're guaranteed a legendary engram. So that is 3 legendary engrams a day if you have 3 characters. And then the day ends, the reset occurs at 3 a.m. Central Standard Time, that is my time. At 3:01 a.m. Central Standard Time, you can go do it again and get yourself another 3 legendary engrams. Super easy, man. Super, super easy. And, stuff like that. You're getting Motes of Light. You're getting, I think, 15 legendary marks per completion. So that's 45 legendary marks a day that you can get just from doing your public events. You go knock these out. That's another 30 legendary marks that you can get. You're already almost ready to buy another engram from the Cryptarch. So, I mean, you're rolling at this point. Another thing that you can do, if you're going to be going and doing these, you want to go ahead and grab these Shiro Bounties, man. The Shiro Bounties are not guaranteed to give you any legendary items or gear, but they seem to drop legendary engrams and, in fact, legendary weapons that are already decrypted up to 385 relatively frequently. At least for me, they do. It seems like every week from 4 of these bounties, if I do all 4, at least one of them is going to give me a legendary. And they're pretty easy, honestly. Like, if you're going to be doing this, chances are you're going to be doing those quarantines. You're already going to have the axe. Just work with it, man. You're going to kill a bunch of Fallen while you're there. Go into Archon's Forge and just finish up all of these. It's super easy. And Archon's Forge, of course, gives you the Saladin's Vigil. Again, almost a god roll, performance bonus, single point, and brace frame. I could switch it to accelerated coils or small bore if I so choose. But I love stability on fusion rifles. It's fantastic. So for me, this is pretty damn close to being a god roll. But again, guys, super easy way to get you some legendary gear right there, man. So another thing is the weekly Shaxx bounty, as you can see here. This one, if you're a fan of the Crucible, if you truly enjoy the Crucible, there's no reason that you shouldn't be doing this every single week. Compared to some of the other activities in Destiny, this can give you pretty decent gear. It will give you gear up to 400. It does have a chance to give you large chunks of strange coins. It does have a chance to give you exotics, but for the most part, it's just going to give you weapons. These weapons are Crucible weapons, both from Rise of Iron and pre-Rise of Iron, so Taken King Crucible weapons. But in any case, if you're a Crucible fan, you're looking for a Matador, I get Matadors all the time from this bounty. In addition to that, you also get the after-match rewards from completing Crucible matches. So of the 7 matches that you'll have to complete to finish this bounty, chances are you're going to get at least 1 or 2 legendaries as after-match rewards as well, and those do drop up to 400. So that's another easy way to get legendary items if you are a fan of the Crucible. If you're not a fan of the Crucible, honestly, man, don't put yourself through this. Don't put yourself through this just to try to get that one piece of gear at the end of it. It's not worth it, honestly. So moving on, let's go ahead and talk about the next thing. Strike chests, man. Strike chests typically give you... I know that there's a certain few of them that give you set stat rolls, like the Devil's Dawn comes with pretty much the same perks every single time, I think. I'm sure there's other ones I can't think of off the top of my head. But a lot of them, if you're a fan of the what I call the main archetype of Scout Rifle, which is the medium impact, medium rate of fire Scout Rifle, like the Burning Eye or the Hung Jury that the Dead Orbit vendor sold and stuff like that. You can go get Treads Upon Stars from Valis to Arik. He's guaranteed to give you the treads. That's the only thing he drops. So you can go get that from him. You can go into Echo Chamber if you're on PlayStation, or the Undying Mind if you're on Xbox or PlayStation as well, again. And you can try to go for that perfect Imago loop roll, that Fatebringer roll. There's so many different ways that you can get weapons in this game, man. There honestly is. Another one that I'm going to talk about, and we're just about done here, but the Sunrise Bounty. Each week, Zavala gives you the Sunrise Bounty, and all you have to do is go in and complete a Nightfall with the whatever par is for that Nightfall, achieve Gold tier, and finish it under 30 minutes. And if you do that, not only do you get your Nightfall Aftermatch reward, which could be a weapon. I've gotten quite a few good legendary weapons from Nightfall rewards. But you can see right there under rewards, it says experience 10,000, Vanguard rep 200, legendary weapon, and legendary marks 10. So these are just all around great to have on you if you're going to do a Nightfall. Honestly, most of the Nightfalls these days are soloable. So even if you don't have a lot of people to play with, even if you're an antisocial person, you don't want to play with anybody, you prefer to play solo, this is very easily done. Most weeks, I'm not going to say every week, but most weeks you can easily do this solo. In addition to this, you can also pick up the 2 other bounties from Zavala. Now these give a specific type of gear. You can see that it says under rewards, legendary gear. This is a specific armor set. You're not going to get random armor from this. You're not going to get, say, for example, a Dead Orbit chest piece from this. It's only going to be the set of armor that drops from these bounties. It's a special set, but nonetheless, you can still get it with the perks that you want. If you're looking for hand cannon ammo and intellect discipline or whatever, then you can keep doing these until you get it. And that is just tits. That is awesome. So if you're still trying to get that tier 12, man, I personally don't care about tier 12 because, I mean, what does it do? It takes like 6 seconds off your melee cooldown. Who gives a shit? But I do try to maintain tier 11 on all my gear. So if I get a piece of gear that doesn't maintain my tier 11, I'll just throw it away, honestly. Even if it's a tier 12 piece of gear, if it's not what I need, if it's not, say, intellect discipline on a chest piece, I will trash it immediately. But anyway, that's not the subject of this. The last one that we're going to talk about, guys, and honestly, it's probably the easiest way to get legendary weapons and gear in this entire game. It's not guaranteed, but if you do it enough, you will get quite a few of them, and that is farming for blue Engrams. Since the release of Rise of Iron, there has been a dramatic increase in the rate that blue Engrams decrypt at legendary Engrams. And blue Engrams actually decrypt up to exotic Engrams now, which is pretty neat. Kind of catches you off guard when you get an exotic from a blue, but honestly, I would rather have it turn into a legendary because my exotics, I have all the ones that I want, so I don't really need any of that. All my shit's 400, so it doesn't really matter if I get an exotic. I would much rather have the legendaries, but if you go do some of the activities that I've named in this video up until this point, chances are you're going to have a ton of blue Engrams by the time it's all said and done. If I had to pick one activity for you to go farm blue Engrams, it's going to be the Archon's Forge. Archon's Forge, I mean, I'm sure you guys know, you go spend like an hour there, you come back to the tower, and every single one of your slots is just full of fucking blue Engrams, and even after that, you still have some at the Postmaster to go to Crypt too. So Archon's Forge is definitely great for finding legendaries, believe it or not. Just from the amount of blues that you get, it does give you legendary Engrams as an after-event completion. I mean, it's just all around really good. So anyway, guys, that's going to bring this video to an end. I just wanted to make this so that you guys know some really easy ways to get some legendaries, because quite a few of you have asked me in the comments recently, and even on the old video that I mentioned earlier about the Dreadnought chests, I've had several comments on that video of people saying, well, how do I do this after Rise of Iron? You made this video before Rise of Iron. Can you make an updated one? So here it is. Here's the updated 2017, ready to go. Get out there, get your legendaries, guys. If you enjoyed this video, click like. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, I fucking love you. Thank you for watching, and take care, guys.